Welcome to my channel. It was a Sunday evening in Gulf Breeze, Florida, warm, quiet, and seemingly safe. Families settled in for dinner, neighbors walked their dogs, and the town felt like paradise. But on May 9, 2021, that peace shattered. An argument erupted between Colin and Breun, a married couple whose troubles had been simmering for months. The fight escalated, voices rising until a single gunshot cut through the night. Police arrived at a well-kept home on Soundside Drive to find Colin, a 39-year-old Air Force veteran, bleeding in the garage. Paramedics tried to save him, but it was too late. He died where he fell. Breun, his wife, stood nearby, her hands stained with blood. Their two toddlers were inside, spared from physical harm, but not from trauma. The quiet street was now a crime scene, flashing with emergency lights. Gulf Breeze's illusion of safety was gone, replaced by shock and questions. A family was destroyed in an instant, and the community would never be the same. The Turners' home looked like a dream from the outside. Modern, comfortable, a symbol of success. But inside, investigators found chaos. A single shell casing, a handgun, and blood on the garage floor. Breun was the only adult witness. Her story was fragmented. She claimed Colin threatened her and the gun went off during a struggle. She said she tried to save him, but her account shifted under questioning. The couple's toddlers, now orphans in all but name, were taken to safety. Detectives documented every detail, searching for the truth. Was this self-defense, an accident, or something darker? The evidence raised more questions than answers. The real story, they suspected, was buried in the couple's troubled past. The facade of a perfect family had finally crumbled. On paper, Colin and Breun had it all. Military careers, a beautiful home, 2 young children. But their marriage was unraveling. Friends and police records revealed frequent, intense arguments and multiple calls for domestic disturbances. Breun posted online about feeling trapped and abused, hinting at divorce. Colin confided in friends about constant fighting. Their social media and police visits painted a picture of a relationship in crisis. Accusations of control, infidelity, and emotional abuse flew from both sides. The truth was complicated, but the home meant for their children's safety had become a battleground. The violence that erupted was the tragic end to a long, slow collapse. The warning signs had been there all along. Mother's Day, 2021, was the 3rd time police visited the Turner home that weekend. Earlier disputes had ended with Colin leaving, but he returned, and the arguments reignited. Breun called 911, her voice panicked, reporting that Colin had a gun and was threatening her. The struggle was audible on the call, then a gunshot. Breun told dispatchers she shot her husband, claiming it was an accident during a fight for the weapon, but her story shifted, and the physical evidence didn't quite match her account. The bullet's trajectory and the scene raised doubts. Investigators began to suspect this was more than self-defense. The question was no longer just what happened, but why. The answer would be left to a jury. The tragedy was set for the courtroom. In February 2024, Breun stood trial for second-degree murder. Prosecutors argued she shot Colin intentionally, then claimed self-defense. The defense painted her as a battered wife, desperate to protect herself and her children. The jury found her guilty of manslaughter with a firearm. Not murder, but not justifiable self-defense. She was sentenced to 22 years in prison. 2 children lost both parents in one night. 2 families were left to grieve and wonder what could have been done differently. The community was left with hard questions. Could this have been prevented? The warning signs were there, police calls, social media cries for help. Sometimes the deepest wounds are hidden behind closed doors, and the line between a cry for help and tragedy is heartbreakingly thin.